No signs, no warnings. No signs, no warnings is, it's basically, it's a project, it's a short EP I made, I wrote to or whatever, like, it's more like a story that I wrote last year when I felt like the world was against me and I was just in a situation where, like, my life was really in somebody else's hands or whatever, and, like, at this point in my life, it was very dark. It was very, pessimistic almost. It was a very depressing time in my life. And, like, I named it No Signs, No Warnings because all this stuff that happened out of nowhere. It was no signs to it. It was no warning to it. It just happened. And, just like everybody else in this world, out of all the 7 billion people in the world, I really just had to man up to it and face it. You know what I'm saying? Take it to the chin and face that shit. And I named it No Signs, No Warnings because it just expressed, like, how I felt at this time. It was no signs, there was no warnings to it, And, like, when I released the name of the project and I, like, put out the cover, people, like, inbox me or DM me or text me, and they was just like, are you naming it this because you're just gonna, like, put it out there with no promo and you just gonna let them, like, eat it or let them, suck it up and shit like that? And I was like, nah, not really. I mean, that would be a good idea, if I was, like, fucking famous or something like that, with a billion streams and shit, but no, though, like, nah, really, I just, once you, like, listen to the first song on here and then you start, just listening, vibing, and just taking it in, you gotta understand why it's called No Signs, No Warnings, because it's like, it just, hey, it'll hit you. Just know when it hit you, it'll hit you.
They will try to slow me down. They will try to slow me down. I done changed around my neck. You ain't think to slow me down. I done been on the road. I done turned the shit around. Man, I used to chase hoes.
First song on the EP, Heavy Chains. Like, they when I first wrote this song, actually, I heard the beat first. It's produced by Lester. All the instrumentals you hear on this EP is made by Lester. He's phenomenal. Make excellent beats, beautiful beats. He's a genius. Like, fuck with him. Shout out Lester. But I heard this beat, and then now you can hear, like, when they first come on, you hear, like, just instrumentals, you hear bass just echoing, boom, boom, boom. So I was like, I heard it, I was like, man, this shit gonna be, hey, man, let's go to another beat. Then, like, the beat dropped, boom, boom, that shit came in. And then I was like, okay, I'm fucking with this a little bit. And actually, when I first made it, I wasn't even gonna, like, I wasn't even put it in a way that it was gonna be on any project. I was actually just gonna freestyle over the beat, like, probably post it on SoundCloud or Facebook or YouTube or something, and just let my fans, eat it up and just get them something to just sit on until, of course, I release a project. But I heard it, and then, like, that's when, like, when I first heard the beat and I just recorded to it, I just started saying the same thing. I was just saying the same thing over and over. I came up with a cadence and I was saying the same thing over, like, they were trying to slow me down. They were trying to slow me down. I had chains around my neck. You would think to slow me down. Yeah, I'm on the wave. I don't plan on going down. It's however it went, but that was like the whole song. Now it's like, after I heard it, so I went back over. I was like, hey, delete this part. Let me go back in. Matter of fact, keep that part of the hook on there. I'll redo that later. Let me go straight to the verse. I'm just gonna freestyle the verse. And so, like, I freestyled the verse, and I was just speaking about, like, what I was going through at that time, and, like, the person I was dealing with and the position she put me in. I was just speaking, like, this is what they tried to do, and, like, this is how I felt during this time, and that's when I was like, so I may have lost the battle, but I still won the war. They were trying to cut me loose. I had so much to store, too much blood, too much hate in the cut. I couldn't ignore it. I was just speaking, like, in that position, it was so much hate, it was so much animosity, just maliciousness that was in the mix. Like, something bad was gonna happen anyways. So I just hate that I had to be the bad thing that happened, or whatever happened, bad that happened to me, but, it be like that sometimes, I guess, but then again, that's when it went tight, the bridge of it, and I was just like, my head stayed high, cause I was gonna be straight. I put my pride to the side, and I watched out for the fakes. It was all in the game, something like EA, and it was 2 middle fingers to that fucking DA, cause, like, fuck them niggas, real talk, fuck them niggas. But, like, after I made the first verse, I was like, the second verse, I gotta come harder. I gotta add more content because even though this beat is monstrous, it's stupid, it's phenomenal, niggas gonna hit his beat and they automatically gonna fuck with the song. But because I'm in this position now where I can win with this instrumental, let me add content into it. Let me say something like that I know niggas of my age and my generation and my predicament and my situation, they gonna be able to get this and they gonna be able to use it and they gonna be able to like just take it in and like see like they not in this alone. It's other people in this world that's going through things like them, and like I feel like this is gonna be one of them songs that niggas fuck with and niggas actually gonna keep going back to. It's gonna pop. Because it's just because of not just because of like, you know, the cadences of the catchy cadence or the flow of it, just the meaning behind it or the meaning in the song. That's what's gonna hook niggas to it.
They my blood. Would I go to war behind them? Yeah, I would. Man, this shit that not just happened overnight or out the blue. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking truths.
Second song on the EP, Trouble. You know what I'm saying? And like, honestly, out of all the songs on this mixtape, on this EP, Trouble is probably my top 3 favorite songs on this EP. And like, again, the whole project is, you know, produced, the beats are made by Lester, and it's produced by Dylan. That nigga snapped on this shit, by the way. Fuck with that nigga, because that nigga, he's a genius too. But yeah, though, Trouble, you know, like when they come on, you know what I'm saying, I'm a trouble man. I be feeling like Tip, you know, T.I., I'm a trouble man. It seems like it don't matter how much good I do or how much positivity I do, I'm always the one with the short end of the stick, you know, short end of the straw. So it was just like, you know, I'm a trouble man. So I named it Trouble. And like when it first come on though, I say, those are not my nigga, that's my blood. When I go to war behind them, yeah I would. And that just really is just like a shout out type thing, you know, to my niggas that was in my back, to the people, to the women, to the niggas that was on my back when all this was going on. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people had my back, a lot of people was in my corner, a lot of people was telling me it was gonna be okay. A lot of people was holding my spirit high, you know, they actually had my back. I can call them, I can talk to them for hours on the phone and just tell them how I felt and like the position I was in, how I can just, you know, how can I overcome this? If I do overcome this, how should I feel about this person? Should I still love her? Should I still build her? And like, you know, they gave me some good advice and they helped me through this whole situation. And like, and even in the hook, I say, I don't give a fuck about no truths. I don't give a fuck about no friend. I cannot let y'all take me out my zone. Don't worry about matching with ghosts or something in that context, because even though there was people in my corner really looking out for me, trying to make sure I was okay, there was also people not really trying to look out for me. Or if I see them in the streets, they giving me this look, or I go to the grocery store and they just walking past me like they want to bump or some shit like that. And there was a lot of niggas like that. It was a lot of females like that. And like, I just felt like the same niggas who's doing that shit though, they was my friend at one point in time. And like, that's just crazy how, you know, you choose sides between two people. So, because I feel like I could get in her pants, or I can like, even now that they broken up, I can get with her and I can pillow talk about this nigga and she give me a chance, you know. Thankfully, I always pick the right bitches, but I mean, I try to call nobody no bitch, but thankfully, I always pick the right girl, and like, she didn't allow that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, fuck them niggas. Like, we ain't friends. I don't have no fucking friends, bro. You either my family, you either my nigga, like somebody I can call my brother. Or, you know what I'm saying, you my close friend. I said, I got close friends, you know what I'm saying, or you're a female, like, you know what I'm saying, you my sister, you know what I'm saying, even though we're not blood related, you my sister. Then I got niggas I just don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying. But basically though, when I wrote this song, that's why I based it off. This was how I feeling at the time, man. Fuck, name my friends, fuck them niggas. The only friends I got is my niggas that had my back. And then I went into my verse and I was telling them, flying coast to coast, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though all this negativity was going on in my life, I was still flying, taking flights, making money, or, you know, doing shows and making music. I was still on the road, making music, doing shows. I was still pulling up on people, business meetings, and all this extra shit going on. Even though I had all this animosity in my life at this point in time, just negativity in my life, I was still working. And so that's basically what the first verse revolves around. And then on the second verse, that's what I'm like, trouble. I like my bitches double. I always tell you that I love you when I know I don't really love you. It's just basically, I was just speaking like, you niggas gonna say, how did you feel during this time period? And I'm telling them in the second verse, like, I was telling women I love them when I didn't know I didn't love them. Like, I just wanted to smash. Or I was feeling like my life was on 10. I was feeling like I was up here. It was just that so much was going on that I really wasn't. But I still, at points at that time, I felt like I was up here, or I be feeling like the best I ever been, you know. So sometimes I did feel like that, just being in the situation I was in. other than negativity, of course, but just my lifestyle at the time, I was feeling like I was that nigga, even though I had a pillow, I had a big pill to swallow, you know. But Trouble gonna be one of them songs niggas fuck with heavy too, just because of the cadence, the beat, you know what I'm saying, the vibe of the beat, the instrumental, the way the energy it give off. Niggas gonna fuck with it. It's gonna be very inspirational too, because I guarantee that's gonna be one of the heavy hitters on this EP.
I really can't show no remorse, I'm a sicko. Had to go and get me a nuke for you, nigga. Look me in my eyes when you see that I'm talking. I know I'm on her mind when she say that she with you.
Dress, number 3, third song on this EP, you know, it's named right after the EP, you know, No Signs, No Warnings. It's like abbreviated on the track list, so, you know, don't get that confused. But out of all the songs on this EP, this song is probably the darkest in nature, I feel like. This was actually the first song I wrote. This was originally going to be the intro, because when I had pictured No Signs, No Warnings from the beginning, I was straight dark and straight malicious, just telling niggas how I feel, telling them how the way I want to act now, the way I'm this person who got the world against them, so now I'm like an Avenger, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm like Blade almost. I'm dark. I feel like it's me against the world, and when it's me against the world, it's literally just me, myself. Nobody else got my back against the world. Like, that's how I wanted to make this project at first. But then, like, you know, of course, I did Heavy Chains, and I said in the song, this is going to be the motherfucking intro. I made that the intro, and I just want to make this the third song, because, like, from the other two, the beat is actually, it's grimmy. Don't get me wrong. It's very, you know, evil and dark, and it's slow pace. And when I started off, I say, I can't show no remorse, I'm a sicko. Had to go and get me a nuke for you niggas. Telling them, there's no point to get no gun. There's no point to get a Mac 11. There's no point to get a Glock, nigga. I want a fucking nuke. You know what I'm saying? I want to nuke you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you niggas. But when I made it, it was just dark. And then, you know, I say, there's money in the sky. It look like it's storming. And she down to fuck. So I call that storming, because at that point, I didn't want no love. I didn't want no bitch. Though. I mean, I take that back. I wanted love, but that was more at the ending. At the beginning, I didn't care about no bitch. I just wanted a fuck song. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's, you know what I'm saying, that's very, I don't mean it in a very disrespectful way or a mean way. I'm just speaking because that's how I felt at the time, and the only way I can actually take the pressure off my shoulders is if I put it in the music, you know? And that's exactly what I did. But when I made a song, I put it out there or whatever, and then, you know, in my verse, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I let my pride get out all of my blessings. I got this girl that I fuck whenever I'm stressing. But what the fuck was y'all at when I was going through depression? Even though I say I was going through depression, I wasn't really depressed. It was just voids in my life that couldn't be filled at the time, and I really wanted them to be filled. I just didn't know how to go get it at the time, you know? So, yeah, this song is dark, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful at the same time. It's dark, don't get me wrong, it's very beautiful. And, like, I snap on it, I go off on it or whatever. I say my verses, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my when niggas listen to this song, I mean, of course it's a good song. Every song on here is good. But this is going to be one of the songs they going to, like, call me, hey, Jero, you good? Hey, man, you straight? Like, I heard the song, man. Like, everything good with you. You need anything? This is going to be one of those songs that people actually reach out to. And, like, they going to fuck with it hard, though. You know what I'm saying?